How you doing again, everyone? So there's another challenge I didn't know about, and I guess Rablax made a new challenge, but I've seen one other person do their reply to it, but they didn't hashtag challenge into at who it is that made it, so I was kind of confused. But yeah, I noticed it was basically made by Rablax, and it's called Track Ready Challenge. So I guess it's basically show your vehicles that are track ready, I guess. So I just kind of sorted through all of my collection. Not really all of my. I just sorted through the easiest part of my collection of my open vehicles that I figured would be race car or track ready type of vehicles. So I've been trying to use some of my open vehicles. So this works out perfectly, I guess, because they're already open, and I have my lovely brand new tracks that I bought this summer here that I never use. So here we go. Oh yeah, and I also had to write everything out because I don't have any way of editing or adding cool graphics or music or words and stuff. So sorry. Um, we'll start off here with my 67 Pro Stock Corvette and my 70s Pontiac Firebird Funny Car. Um, the Funny Car one is pretty old, probably the 90s, maybe, I'm thinking. And the other one's from like the 100% Hot Wheels. I think they're from like early 2000s, but that's my first set of vehicles. For my second set, the closest one that's white is my 1963 Corvette Grand Sport from Johnny Lightning. And the silver one to the left of it is my, I assume, 63 or 64 Corvette Grand Sport from Hot Wheels. They're fairly older, probably the early 2000s. But I know the white one is from 1999. Not really sure about the silver one. I'm pretty sure it's around early 2000s, but that's my second set of track ready vehicles. For my third set here, I have the 1989. I don't know if that's the exact year or not, but it's the Oldsmobile Aerotech concept race car, aerodynamics car, basically. And the orange one is a 1977 BMW, but it's from Tomica and it's pretty old actually. It's like in mint shape, but it says 1978 Tommy. But yeah, it's a 77 BMW. I really don't know how old it is. I know it's pretty old, but yeah, I figure those would be kind of similar looking and both for racing, so I kind of matched them up. For my fourth set of vehicles, the blue one is a Johnny Lightning 1970s Indy car. It's probably from like 1999. And the yellow one is the T-Bucket Roadster from the 90s from Hot Wheels. I've had that since I was, pre-teen. It's a survivor car, but yeah, I think the IndyCar one actually was called the Johnny Lightning. Yeah, L. Unser. But it was actually called the Johnny Lightning IndyCar, I guess, back in the day in the 70s. But I kind of thought those would make kind of a cool pair to race against each other. For my fifth pair of racing vehicles, I got two of the same M2 1949 Mercury Custom Coupes. One's a Holly in the gray with the yellow stripe, and the other one's a hooker because it's a hooker. so, so I got Holly the hooker racing against each other. Um, yeah, they look like racing type vehicles from back in the day and custom. They kind of remind me of the Cobra movie from the 80s with Sylvester Stallone. Um, but yeah, they pretty much just say racing right on them. Just racing boats, pretty much. For my sixth set of vehicles, I have the 1967 Pontiac Firebird, the She's On It Firebird, and I also have the 69 Chevy Nova. I guess they're kind of a street version, maybe a modified, but yeah, these cars are probably from the early 2000s or so. Yeah, they're both Johnny Lightning, but I like the bling in them and the open hood with the big old engine exposed. Pretty cool looking. For my final pair of track ready vehicles, I have my modified 1971 Porsche 911 with a basically a German police car with a wheel swap on it. I did an M2 wheel swap. Look at that. I think those wheels look a lot better. And then I have my 80s, what is it, a Chevy Impala? Yeah, 80s police Chevy Impala from the actual like 90s. It is a Majorette Sonic flashers that I customized. I did a wheel swap on it, and I also, well, it's gonna be hard with my one hand here, did this. I added working lights to it. I kind of touched it up a little bit, but yeah, that is my track ready vehicles for this challenge, and some of my new and some of my old and kind of in between vehicles that are in my open collection, but I don't know, it's kind of a different weird challenge, but I like showing my open vehicles more than my carded ones, which are kind of easier and nice to see them still in the package with years to decades on them. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments about which ones you like the best or which ones you don't like. Pretty much what you think. Um, I don't know. It's kind of a different challenge, but yeah, let me know, and thanks for watching. Have a hopefully a beautiful day out. It's terrible and windy and cold here in Iowa, so have a good week, and happy holidays.